Hello, I am Eileen MacDar, the chair of the 2023 Art Berg grant. You know, when we gather as a committee to look at the applications, the first two things we want to make sure is the applicant who's applying it an NSA member in good standing? And number two, is the NSA member actively involved in the nonprofit, a nonprofit that uses technology for advancement in whatever is their current environment. This year, we had the wonderful opportunity of giving the $5,000 grant to Fourth Wall and activities beyond the classroom. Little did I know until we started to give the grant that the NSA member who proposed them and is active as a volunteer is Leila Kubish. Leila is herself an incredible educator. She is the National Teacher of the Teacher Hall of Fame inductee. She was the National Family Teacher of the Year, and in 2021 won the Horace Mann Award for Teaching Excellence. So I want Leila to tell you a little bit about Fourth Wall and activities beyond the classroom.
Thank you, NSA, for choosing Fourth Wall for this tremendous opportunity. It is a privilege to be a member of NSA and a volunteer at Fourth Wall. As an educator for nearly 3 decades, I know that youth need to be heard and seen. And this program not only gives them that voice and visibility, but also the youth learn video production. They talk about issues that are important to them and walk away with job skills through the internship program. So thank you so much. I'm very grateful.
You are indeed welcome.
Thank you, Eileen, and thank you, Leila. My name is Frank O'Farrell. I'm Executive Director of Fourthwall Youth Studios. We started Fourth Wall in response to the academic struggles that my son Aiden was having in high school. Sometimes those with poor grades, or for those for whom college seems like a distant possibility, creative practice in general, and filmmaking in particular, can offer a viable and alternative path to success. So we set about creating a program and a space for young people to equip them with the tools and the skills to be successful. I'd like you to hear from a couple of those students right now who are currently working on a film series on mental health and substance abuse, particularly anxiety and depression.
I'm really grateful that I had the summer to work with Fourth Wall because it gave me experience that I wouldn't have had otherwise before going to school for film.
Just getting to work on film in like kind of a more professional setting, I think is very valuable.
For centuries, like, humans have created stories, whether that was to entertain or to like figure out how to understand the world. I feel like that's something really important, and I love that we haven't lost that, and we've just adapted to it over the years, and now we can make stuff like movies and films, and being a part of that is just really cool.
I think a lot of times teenagers aren't taken seriously when they come to adults or peers with like concerns about their mental health, and media can be a really good like outlet or like form of comfort, especially when it's like about a topic that's like relatable to them.
Just anything we can do to kind of further that progress is important. So especially getting it into younger audiences.
Projects on teen mental health are important because representation doesn't need to just exist, it needs to be accurate, and it needs to speak to people who are going through that same thing.
Like, feelings are complicated. It's hard to figure out, am I depressed in the first place? In your own mind, it kind of feels like your norm. And I feel like one of the first steps into figuring out how to deal with something is just knowing what you have. So
I experienced major amounts of anxiety, and then as well with that, pretty severe depression. So I'm glad that I am working on this project as a way to kind of heal that kind of stuff as much as one can.
This project has taken on personal significance to me. You see, my son Aiden also suffered from depression and from anxiety, and he eventually turned to drugs to help him cope. But it is his addiction that eventually took his life, and he was only 25 years old. We intend to continue with this project and dedicate it to his memory. We hope that our work in mental health and substance abuse in our youth will help ignite conversations amongst young people and in our community, eventually leading to lasting change. I want to thank you all at the National Speakers Association Foundation for your support.